Hi, welcome back. Well, straight into this video, we're going to be using this lovely feather-shaped trinket dish mould. It's beautiful. We've got a bit of escapey glitter there though, and loads and loads of vein detailing on the mould. Excuse that rather unsightly dog hair that seems to have been attracted to the silicone. We're going to use that. We're not using those moulds that you can see there. Those are in a previous video that we've released recently, so go back to our how-to playlist and why not have a look at that one. We're also going to make this lovely pot we made once before for our Valentine's series playlist. It's beautiful. It's faceted around the outside and a bit of a bubble-edged sort of bottom to it. It does also come with a lid if you want the lid, but for the purpose of this video we just did the pot itself, so fingers crossed all goes well. We're going to use the same tints as we did before. If this is the first time you've seen them, these are by Resin Jules. They are called Aurora tints and they are stunning, absolutely stunning. Excuse the my discoloration skin on my hands. I am suffering with an allergy, unfortunately, at the moment. So I'm doing this bit of the demo part of the video, and Wayne, my partner, will be doing the actual stirring up and pouring of resin. So here's the beautiful 10 colours in these Aurora tints. They are just sublime. Lovely selection of colours. And of course, then once we'd looked at all of them, then there was the issue of what ones are we going to use? How many can we use at once? How much do we have to use of them? We're going to use 4 in this one. It will be the same colours as we used in the previous video called Shimmering Shell Dishes. Try and say that with your teeth in. Shimmering Shell Dishes. Hopefully you've all seen it. If not, you know, go and find it in the playlist. It's worth a good look. A little bit longer than our usual videos, but it shows all the processes from start to finish, mixing these beautiful tints in the resin. So lots and lots of lovely different colours to choose from. So we went with the Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis sort of theme for our natural world link. So we've gone with these two beautiful colours. So that's like a pale sort of violet, lavendery sort of colour, or mauve, and white, and then a bluey and a green colour. So already mixed up the resin. We're using J Diction currently. It's a 1:1 mixing ratio. It's very thick though, so it might be worth putting it in a slightly warm water bath first. Obviously not loose into it, still in its containers. And so this is Wayne, and he's already mixed up the resin. He's added in the tints. Again, if you want to see that happening, go back to the previous video, which will be linked in the description box. All of our and detailed at the very end shot of this video. Everything we're using will be linked in the description box below. So just going around, he's poured the first sort of colour into the leaf mould. He's just going around with a micro brush that hasn't got the foam brush bit on it anymore, just all around the edges of the feather to try and dislodge any little air bubbles that might have found themselves trapped there. So look at that. I mean, that is beautiful. You can, I think your camera's just about picking up its shimmer. And there we go with the beautiful blue. I mean, that is, yeah, I'm just mesmerised by the colours in these. It just, aware of the fact I suddenly stopped talking, and you got to keep going, Laura. Keep going with the voiceover. Keep being descriptive. Describe what's actually happening rather than just getting completely spellbound by the beautiful colours of this resin. And this is all down to those fantastically sublime shimmering tints, the Aurora tints from Resin Jules. Her information, how you can contact her, usually on Instagram. She's got a link then to how you can shop with her to buy these tints. It'll again all be in the description box below. So it's been a while since we've used this mould. We've used it a couple of times before, but not necessarily. I think we've only ever posted one video where we've used it and we had mixed results. And I think that was in the grey, white and silver sort of series of things that we did. We made the shell dishes and we made this. Yeah, we had mixed results then, but we were still quite new to using resin, you know, the tips and the tricks, and you pick these things up as you go along, and the more experience you get, the more practice you get, and so on. So there. Why not put down in the comments section, let us know what sort of colours you would add to yours. Would you add more of the warmer tones, so the oranges and yellows and the green tones, and see how they come out? I know green is the very fashionable shade of colouring at the moment. It certainly is in the UK. Green and beiges and sort of a bit sort of the Scandi natural sort of tones and the Scandinavian sort of feel and style of interior decor and things. But if that's your thing, it can look really lovely if done well. So there we are. It's just topping it up, so it's almost got a bit of an ombre effect going on there with this leaf. It'll be interesting to see how it cures, as to whether or not it still looks like that when we demold. So here we go. This is this pot with this unusual, I think it's called like a druzy effect bottom to it. So it's got this druzy effect on the base of the pot, which is what you can see there uppermost in the camera shot. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's just wow. Reminders of opals, the opalescence, I believe they call it. Opals, beautiful opals. And yeah, here we go again. I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in just looking at how beautiful things are. I mean, I don't know how you are as people, what you think, basically what you like as regards to art. But for me, it's all about colour. It's not necessarily about shape and saying, look, there's a tree, let's draw a tree. It would be, oh, look, there's a tree. Look at the colours. Look at the form. Look at the shape. And then putting it down on whatever you're creating, whether it is a painting or a picture or a drawing, your own interpretation of it. So it might not look at all like a tree, but you may have used all the colours. So anyway, so getting back to what Wayne is currently doing here for us, he's now put that beautiful blue down. Oh gosh. So a lot of references to colours that you might see on tropical fish, on like marine, in the marine life, and the coral reef, and those sorts of ideas and things. It's just bringing round and round in my head as to what we could do, what we could make, what we could show you. A lot of things that we will be doing or using could be the first time for us as well, so bear with us whilst we find our feet a bit. But so far, using these tints is just gorgeous. Absolutely, definitely the right decision to get them. And we'll definitely be buying some more from Resin Jules. So here we go, this beautiful white. Now this reminds me of pearls and the finish on pearls and mother of pearl shells. Abalone was a comment that one person put on the previous video that we did. Remind her of abalone shells. Now we're very lucky in that we do actually have two quite large abalone shells in a collection, because we collect semi-precious gemstones and crystals. It's one of our things. And yeah, so hence the references to opals and rose quartz as well is another one that these tints remind me of. The pinky coloured tint reminds me of. And I can think of all the different pots, soap dispensers, soap trays, ordinary trays, trinket bowls, oh good lord, it just goes on and on. Haven't even thought about earrings. I mean, possibilities are absolutely endless. Oh, bangles as well, goodness me. Yes, lots of videos to come, I think. But here's this beautiful sort of like purpley pinky colour. Now, at this point, Wayne did actually say to me that it was going to be interesting to see whether or not the different colours of resin actually mixed, or if they stayed within their different colour layers. Yeah. Because when we've done the two conch shells that we did in the previous video and the two clam-shaped shells, he did actually mix them up a bit. This one, I don't think he does. In fact, I'm sure he doesn't. But anyway, here is a close-up view. Look at how that just picks out there with the pinks going into the blue, into the white. And here is a look at that on the top in that pot with the mauvey colours. Oh yes, and a little bonus there. We did a little small shell as well with some leftover resin. So this is the following day. Now this had, I was lucky, this one had actually cured enough for me to be able to do this. Now this is me demolding with gloves on, which is tricky, but I do have to protect myself now, unfortunately, even with demold. So obviously, like I say, in every video, I think now, make sure you wear a mask, wear the respirator mask, wear goggles if you need to. Keep your room where you're working well ventilated, and wear gloves. Please wear gloves. I've also invested in sleeve protectors as well, which was a very good idea. But here look at this beautiful faceted pot. And as you can see, the different colours of resin have stayed in their layers more or less. Absolutely beautiful. I think we might actually have to make the lid to go with this one. And then a little bit of the tinge of the purpley pink in the bottom there. Lovely. These are ideal for gifts. For any occasion. Here I'm going to demold the feather now as well. Now this was a bit like the clam shells, the scallop shaped shells that I demolded, those dishes. It's still bendy, as you can see there. So whilst it's still pliable, just mould it back into the shape it should be with your hands. It's easy enough to do. But it does come out of the mould pretty easy. Now with the previous lovely bowl or pot, I didn't see any air bubbles, any trapped air bubbles, and I can't see any on this. And I'm really pleased to say the quill part of the feather has also stayed intact. Look at the colour. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's what I would call the Schiller effect. So if you know labradorite, or labradorite as some people say, you'll see Schiller in that stone, and it gives off the same sort of Schiller effect that you're getting there, of the beautiful greens with the blues, with the pinks, with the whites. Absolutely lovely. So an excellent idea for gifts for any time of the year. Mother's Day, birthdays, gifts to the ones you love, whenever, forever, and to whomever you so wish, or keep them for yourselves. So here's the final shots now. This is that beautiful pot. Look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I think I'm a little bit obsessed with these tints now. And look at the feather. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, watching, subscribing. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you again on Wednesday with another video, natural world themed. Thank you.